Hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, welcome. This is Amy with Amy Cat's Colors. In this video, I'm going to talk about something special called Spacetember that I've recently heard about in the colorist community, and some of my plans for it and September 2024 Spacetember plans. So I've got a whole stack here, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of the pages that I have found in my collection that are possibilities for this wonderful thing called Spacetember. So I'm going to move aside and start to get through. I'm also going to be participating in the Spacetember. Let me see if I can get the questions from the coloring tag, the Spacetember 2024 coloring tag. I'm also going to be participating in that and going through some of the questions. So I actually think it's quite fantastic. I had never heard of Spacetember until about a month or so ago, a couple months ago, when I started seeing some things pop up on Instagram. And just want to give credit where credit is due to some lovely folks who are hosting this color along in celebration in September. And those are Soraya Colors on Instagram, Rachel Colors Crafts, Jessie in Color, Julianne Art, Julianette Art, Fef Creates, and Jamie's Coloring Love. So really think this is a cool idea, and I had a lot of fun going through my books looking for space type pictures. And so if you've not come across Spacetember yet and you're interested in this, I would highly recommend. There's a bunch of other videos out there now too, as we are at the end of August, that you can follow along some of the other hashtags, and those colorists participating in Spacetember have gone through their collections. It's pretty cool. So I'm going to start with a couple supplies. So I did not do this on purpose with Spacetember in mind, because as I told you, I didn't know anything about Spacetember. But I was at Dollar Tree not too long ago. Actually, it was in preparation for my Dollar Tree haul and challenge, coloring challenge video that I did a while back, that I purchased these paper tags, and they are perfectly on theme for Spacetember. It says Journey Through the Stars, and we've got colors of pink, blue, and purples. Here with some stars and moon, crescent moon, and some gemstones, crystals. And I was like, oh yeah, this is actually really cool. I love page tags now. I feel like I'm on this little kick where I'm highly interested in page tags now that I'm doing the YouTube and coloring a lot more. I like how I say doing the YouTube. I sound like really old. Doing the YouTube. Anyway, I'm like been shopping around and seeing a ton of different tags, page tags, and I've practiced some really good restraint from not buying them all, but I definitely want to. And it's pretty inexpensive when you think about it. So anyway, I have some on-theme page tags for Spacetember. The other thing, my daughter and I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday evening, and I thought, since I had been thinking about and hearing about some folks who have this folk art glitterific fine glitter paint, acrylic paint, that I might give it a whirl. It comes in several different colors. I chose this one because I thought it best represented what I wanted to do with Spacetember. It is 11869 Purple Violet, and it definitely picks up some of the galaxy vibes with the purple and blue and silver. So I'm interested and excited to try this out. speaking of space. Now I want to say, so I've fallen into the category of those who don't actually own any straight up space books. I love Kirby Roseanne's, and I have a lot of his books, but I do not own Alien Worlds. I actually do not have 50 space themed miniatures, as much as I love Camellia Angelkova. And some of the other Galaxy Encounters type books and stuff like that, I don't have. But to everyone's point, you don't have to own a space theme book to find space themed pictures to color, which I think is amazing. And that was kind of some of the fun of it. So actually turns out, and I didn't even go through all my books. I just went through some of them, and I tried to pick ones that hadn't been overly shown on Spacetember yet. Some of them are going to be, and some, because I just love them. But I'll try to mention it. I do want to say I own, like, I'm going to show one Star Wars-y type book. It's the Morgan O'Brien, The Way Home, but any Star Wars book, because I'm a huge Star Wars fan too, like any of those will do as well. So with that, let me get into the book. So the one that I'm going to start with first is actually from my project book with my daughter, and we are working through Kokowayu Tiny Cats. And this one, as you can see on the cover, definitely contains space themed material. There are actually quite a few in here that do. We have one picked out that we're going to be doing this month, or for the month of September, and it's this lovely page right here with the cute little astronaut kitties. Even says cat space down here. Lots of opportunity for some galaxy themed color palettes and sparkle and shine. We're excited to do this one. Actually, I think she's already done hers. You already do yours? I didn't finish it. She hasn't finished it yet, but yeah, very excited to do this one. And of course, this page is in the book as well. There's a couple pages that are galaxy theme. Go to the next book, and I'm going to try to go back and forth between this and the coloring tag questions. This is a book that I've had for a really long time. It's Posh Coloring Books Peanuts. I love Snoopy. I've always loved Snoopy since I was a child. And for something about it, I pulled it off the shelf because I was like, I'm pretty sure there's a space-themed picture in Peanuts. And yes, actually there is. So I was very excited about that because now I think I'm definitely going to do this one for Spacetember. So you have cute little Snoopy with his astronaut gear on, a bunch of different planets with rings, some without, and a bunch of different rocket ships and spaceships. So, and some stars, of course. So I think this one is adorable, and I'm really looking forward to doing this one because I think it'll be quick and easy. I should say I'm a huge Halloween person. And so I thought initially, before I heard about Spacetember, I was ready to spend all of September and all of October and maybe early November doing some Halloween and fall autumn pictures, but I'm definitely going to squeeze some space themed in. I'm not going to commit to you guys that I'm like doing all these pictures for sure. Like I may do one or two, but we'll see what happens with the others if I'm actually able to get to them or not. So all right, I'm going to switch over and start talking about this coloring tag. So the questions that that are also out there having to do with Spacetember, there are 9 of them. The first question is favorite memory related to space. This one, I'm not exactly sure if I have a favorite memory related to space, other than all my fantastic, wonderful memories watching Star Wars, which we're a huge Star Wars family. I do remember, I know someone's talked about going to the Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. We live, so we're in Virginia. We're not that far from D.C., and we've been to that museum quite a few times. I love it. I remember going there growing up, and I also, we've taken our children, and I remember taking our son when he was really little. And the thing that I remember about taking him on that trip was that he was super, at the age that he was super excited and into the escalators. So it was like the big thing for any of the museum visits. were the escalators. But I do remember, I think when I was young, like maybe 10 or around 10 years old, I remember going and getting a kite, because they, it's all about air and space and any kind of flight. I remember getting a kite, and it was a pink kite, and it had a kitty cat on it. But I remember purchasing it from the gift shop at that museum. But I liked learning about space. I'm not going to say that I was like super into it, but I think those are also some memories that I have of space. So, all right. I knew that I had at least one picture in all my 4 Lisa Frank, Color Me Lisa Frank books that had something to do with space, and sure enough, I did find one that I wanted to share with you, and it's of these alien figures that are riding they're in a Beetle, like a Volkswagen Beetle type car, and throwing the peace sign with there's like a galaxy Milky Way background with a spaceship and some planets. This is all the books actually in this Lisa Frank series are really kind of doodly and hard to decipher what's going on. There's a lot going on. So I was so into these books when they first came out, and it came up in my Facebook memories that it happened in 2016 is when they came out, and I was so excited about it. Here's one that I did that I ran out. I was on the hunt for them and got them. This one actually wasn't as busy, and I really liked doing this one with all the rainbow, because you gotta have lots of rainbow in your Lisa Frank. This one actually has a lot of stars. But anyway, it's been hard to kind of come back to these because they are so busy and doodly. But I think the tip here is, like, if you stick to some colors and kind of color everything, you don't have to color each individual little doodle. I mean, you could, and that's what's shown on the cover here. But I kind of like where if you just kind of keep to the same colors, and it's easier to define the shapes and stuff, so, or easy to see the shapes and whatnot. So anyway, if you have a Lisa Frank book, it is possible that you've got a couple that are definitely taking place in space with some galaxy stuff in the background. So that's Lisa Frank. I'm going to pick it up here a little bit because I still got a pretty good stack. I mentioned Star Wars. This one's from Morgan O'Brien. It's the cutest thing ever. It is available from his coffee shop for a free digital download. You should also take the time, perhaps if you are able, to kind of give him some recognition. You can do that and make a donation on his site. This is The Way Home. Looks like baby Grogu here. I've colored quite a few. So I will say, I mean, pretty much for space, you could color any page in this book or any page in any Star Wars book for that matter. I have picked one out that I hope to do because these Morgan O'Brien's are quick, easy, and delightful to color. I picked this one because it appears that our baby Grogu is definitely on a ship with you can see the stars in the background and the sky and some of the machinery and whatnot, and he's on some type of tablet eating a snack. And so I think this is the one I would do for Spacetember, or I'm thinking about doing. I can't promise that that's what I'll ultimately pick, but that's the one I'm thinking about right now. So that's The Way Home. Oop, knocked over my paint. All right, let me go back to my tablet and get you the second question from the coloring tag. And it is, what is your favorite space movie? That one's a little bit easier for me because I love Star Wars. So it's definitely Star Wars. And I will give you which Star Wars movie is my favorite. And it is The Empire Strikes Back, Episode 5 from the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6. I love that we're in Hoth. We've got Lando. We've got a bunch of different action scenes going on. We've got Yoda. So I love Empire Strikes Back. It is my favorite Star Wars movie. Going on to our next book, I've got Mystical World from Coco Wayu. And there are plenty of pages in here that have a lot of stars and moon. I didn't go and pick out every page that had that. Actually, the page that speaks, if you want the page that is definitely in your face space, it's going to be this one that, hold on just a second, my daughter has colored already, which is fine. I can't blame her a bit because it has the kitty cat on it. I don't know why I'm having a hard time flipping in here. But it's this one with the kitty and the bookshelves and space all in the background. So that's definitely a space picture. Then the ones that I've marked in here that are also possibilities are this one with the unicorn, and we've got a crescent moon and a lot of stars. We are on a cloud, so it appears that we are definitely in space. And then this one, which is the one that I plan on doing at this point, is another crescent moon with a couple unicorns, a tree, and then another planet here. So I think this one's gorgeous, and it'll be quick and easy, relaxing to do. All right, so Mythographic is really good for some space pictures. You can count on Mythographic having a bunch of different space theme designs. I got a hoodie on, and I'm gonna take it off because I'm actually getting kind of hot here. All right, so the Mythographic book that I have is Crystal Kingdom. And this one is by Veronica Kolinska. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's the only Mythographic that I currently own. I have a bunch on my wish list and in my Amazon cart, but I want to do some more from this book. I have completed one page in here. I marked for, I don't know which one that one was. Oh, but it came out. I'll try to figure it out. I marked 4, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to do, but I'm really hopeful that I can get to one in Mythographic for Spacetember. The first one that I have, and I will kind of bring this a little closer because it's hard to see these in the video. This one is of a jellyfish, and you would think it's in the sea, but the background would seem to indicate that we've got a whole solar system, Milky Way, going on here with some planets and some stars and clouds. And they've got a bunch of crystals and gemstones hanging off the jellyfish, almost kind of like a chandelier, real pretty chandelier. So that's one. This is one of the ones that I marked, but it is kind of a stretch because it is of some type of witch or enchantress who has the crystal balls, or balls of prophecy or something like that, or see into the future or see other realms. And you got a bunch of other things going on, but one of the crystal balls has a galaxy in it. So this one is not as overwhelmingly spaced themed, but I thought it could qualify if you wanted. This one has got I think this is the humpback whale. A whale in space with a bunch of different planets. Can you see that? Kind of scroll around here a little bit. So very gorgeous picture with lots of things going on, and lots of opportunity again for sparkle and glitter and metallics. And then another one in here that I really liked is this one of a tiger. And we've got a bunch of crystals and some planets in here as well. So lots of good choices in the gorgeous Mythographic book. So I really hope that I can get to one of those. And I think a lot of the Mythographic books, I'm not going to say all of them because there's a ton of Mythographic books, but a lot of the Mythographic books definitely have space theme pages. So the next question, I'm going to do a couple questions now from the Spacetember coloring tag. The next question is, what is your favorite space TV series? That one's a little bit harder for me because I'm not exactly sure. And I could probably look it up because I'm not even sure what all space shows are out there. And I've had a hard time thinking of something specific, but I will set excuse me, I will say the Jetsons, the animated cartoon. I enjoyed watching the Jetsons when I was little, so I would definitely say that qualifies as a TV series. So that is a favorite. And then number 4 is favorite space coloring book or page. Well, I don't really know. I haven't colored because I'm kind of getting back into coloring this year. I don't really know that I had a favorite page. I don't know of the ones that I'm showing you today. I'm not even sure which one I would say is my favorite. The only one that I really know that I've completed for sure might be some of the ones from my Star Wars book. But I don't know that I have a favorite. So, all right, next book is actually from Nature Mandalas, and this is from Ella Panini. And I wasn't sure if there was going to be any pages in here that were space, but I think I found one. So this mandala that I'm going to show you looks to me like they're asteroids or meteors that are traveling through space. And here are some planets and stars in the background. These look like they might be the moon or another planet or the phases of the moon. And then you've got some starburst things going on here too. So I thought that that's probably what this is. If you think it's something different, let me know, but I think that this is a galaxy page. So that's another option for you if you have this book. All right, I know this one has been mentioned a bunch in addition to Alien Worlds, but I love Kirby Rosan's and his artwork. And World Within Worlds is one of my favorite books of his, even though it is untouched. Surprisingly enough, for me, I have not yet tackled it. I did start in some Kirby. I have a completed page in Anamorphia, but I have not done anything in here. And there are several, as you can, I don't think I marked them all, but we have this wonderful page here that I know a lot of you have completed with the trees. There is this double page spread that has something crashing through space with a lot of different creatures. Awesome choice. This one is not as much space going on, but this is a double page layout that has bubbles, and in one of the bubbles we do have some spaceships, satellite going on, and the planets. So that is also an option. This one is definitely in your face, a space picture of a close-up of an astronaut with a reflection of another world, with a galaxy in the background. I have seen some gorgeous pages that have been just stunning, absolutely stunning pages that have been completed by some folks on Instagram and YouTube of this one. It makes me nervous to even try. So that's another option. And then another really fun one that I like are these dinosaurs, the pterodactyls. And in their wings, we've got galaxy with planets and spaceship going on. And I think this one is also really, really cool. So definitely got some space going on in Kirby. Let me see what the next set of questions are. So we have number 5, favorite supplies to color space. So I'm not like huge like space coloring expert. I haven't done a ton of space pages, but my coloring supplies are the same as pretty much anything else, which I have a lot of the Prismacolor color pencil, Ohuhu alcohol-based markers, and also water-based markers. I have acrylic paints, I have metallic watercolors, the Kuretake, and also Hobby Lobby metallic watercolor paints that I really, really like. And now I have this guy here, and I'm anxious to see how this does. So that should be a lot of fun. I also have acrylic paint pens from Tuli Art and Ohuhu. So I would say those are going to be my favorite supplies because they're really the supplies that I have. I also have a bunch of gel pens. I have gel pens from Dollar Tree. I have gel pens. I have whatchamacallit, Jelly Roll. So yeah. Let's see, there's a few questions left. What do you love about the space theme? I love the look of galaxy and galaxy colors. So actually the theme on my phone, like the background and stuff, is all galaxy. I had galaxy hair a few times where my hair has had like magenta, purple, blue going through it, and I really like that look. It's one of my favorite ways to get my hair colored. Right now it's red and blue. What else do I have that's galaxy? I've got a lot of stuff. I thought about pulling a bunch of stuff out, but I like the colors, and I love stars, and I love that it's another opportunity to use like metallic and glitter. So that's definitely favorite. Okay, there are a couple, I didn't do all the Disney books, but I found, of course, you know, you've got a couple alien and space themed things going on in Disney. This is the one color by number that I have from Hatchet Heroes Art Therapy, and it's the stained glass. And I'm going to show you the solutions because I haven't done these 2 pages. But we have Mickey in his astronaut outfit on the moon. More than likely it's the moon that he's on, walking around. I thought it was really cute. And then we have Onward. You could do Onward probably. And then we have the aliens from Toy Story. So also really cute. And you got galaxy colors going on here with some stars in the background, of course. So you could do a couple color by number if you wanted to. I also have the Looney Tunes, the first volume. I don't have the other 2 yet, but I'm very excited to get those as well. There are a couple because you've got Marvin the Martian on some of the pages. So here's one here with Marvin the Martian. Looks like he's on his spaceship looking at Wile E. Coyote and then his puppy dog. And I'm not sure what the dog's name is. I don't remember that. Here's another one of Marvin's dog, and they are on some planet with like a Range Rover type robot, and we've got like a nighttime sky with all the stars. And then I think there's one other for sure that I was like, yep, space. Okay, yeah, because it's Marvin the Martian and his ship going through some boxes. So those are the ones in Looney Tunes. All right, I just have one more left. So let me go back and see how I'm doing on the coloring tag questions. Number 8 is, what's your favorite space quote? So, to infinity and beyond, of course, because we're also Disney fans, and I love Toy Story. There's also from Star Wars, from Han Solo, never tell me the odds. And there's a lot, well, I mean, really, there's a lot of quotes from Star Wars, but I love Han Solo. I want to say he's probably my favorite character. Probably, definitely. Princess Leia is like tied for first, so it's a toss. It's hard. And I also love Yoda, and everyone knows I love Yoda and Grogu, so it's hard. I have lots of favorites when it comes to Star Wars. All right, and then the last question, number 9, is an easy answer for me. It says, would you travel in a spaceship, I guess, if given the opportunity? And that would be a heck no. Thumbs down. That would never be happening for me. I am terrified of heights and of flying. I do not even like flying on a commercial aircraft, airplane. I don't like it. I get a lot of anxiety. It is not like even just looking at flights and purchasing tickets for travel like gives me anxiety. I do not like it. So no. You could not pay me to be in a spaceship, but I will go to a museum and look at cool space stuff any day. Oh, I meant to mention this earlier about the space memories. So this is a good memory, but it wasn't that long ago. It's an adult memory that I have, which is I did get to go to the Houston Space Center in Houston, Texas. I was traveling for work. This was probably 6 or 7 years ago. And we got to go to the museum. And that was awesome because they have a really awesome museum in Houston. So that was really cool. And the hotel that we stayed at in that area, I want to say it was like Bayport. In the hotel, like the theme of the artwork and the photographs were all space related as well. And it had like a spacey theme. And that was really cool. So that's also another good memory that I forgot to mention. And I was like, well, it's not like it was something from my childhood or anything, but it definitely was a few years ago. All right, so the last book that I have is Kaleidoscope Coloring Tattoo Poster Art. And let me zoom out a little. Oh, you can see, sorry, you can see I'm sitting on the floor for this one. I didn't want to move all of our stuff from the dining room table. We've got all of our coloring stuff sitting out, and so I was like, I'm just gonna sit up on the floor and get this thing going. So anyway, so this tattoo book actually has a lot of pictures that have a background with stars and planets. So I didn't mark all of them, but I marked a couple of them to share with you. I really like this book. I got it at the beginning of the year in Five Below, which is a store in the US. It's a chain, and I'm not sure if it's outside of the US or if it's US only based, but it's supposed to have a lot of things that are $5 or below, but they actually have another section of things that are like upwards of $20. So I want to say it's more like $20 and below at this point, but originally when they started popping up years ago, they were just like kind of Dollar Tree used to be $1, but now it's not. But everything used to be like $5 or less. So it's a little bit, you can get a little more quality wise and quantity wise from a Five Below than you can from a dollar store. So, but anyway, that's where this book is from. And so this one, which is the first page in the book, it's real pretty. It's got a lot in the background in the way of planets and stars. So you see that. It's got like a moth. Okay. And then here's another one that has a moth, planet, and looks like either a mermaid or a whale fin tail. It's a whale tail. So there's that one. And then I picked this one to show you as well, which is a huge, looks like another moth on one side, but you can also see like the cocoon here and then some flowers on the other half with a bunch of galaxy going on in the background. So this one's really pretty. So I really like this. But yeah, a lot of the pages kind of have this going on in the background with the tattoo. And I got this book because, well, I like it and I love tattoos. But I got it for this one and I haven't finished it. It's been a whip since the beginning of the year. It was the first time I ever tried using the Tim Holtz Distress inks in the background, and I love how it turned out. I love the colors. I have a tattoo in real life that looks very similar to this with the snake and the flower. And I also have at the bottom the Deathly Hallows symbol from Harry Potter because I am a Slytherin. At least I was a long time ago when I first took the quiz back in like college. I admit that I have taken several other quizzes since then. And I'm looking to be more like a Ravenclaw, but that's okay. I still identify with my OG sorting hat or whatever. However I did it back then. It might have been Pottermore. I thought it was the official Pottermore. But anyway, I still claim that Slytherin is my house. And so I have a lot of Slytherin stuff. So Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I think that is the last question, was the one that from the coloring tag was the one that I went to. So thanks to all of the hosts, and there's a number of hosts, and I know a lot of them are in the Alien Worlds group, for putting together the Spacetember. I think this is a really awesome idea. I had a lot of fun. I love space and the colors, the color palette. I loved searching through books to find things to color for space, so thank you very much. Incidentally, I should say I also noticed that Soraya Colors also had posted a while back on Instagram that she's doing a Star Wars color along, like pretty much all year long, and because it had said January through December 2024, have fun and may the force be with you. Color, draw, or collage any Star Wars page and tag Soraya Colors. So I think that's really cool too. So I'll definitely have to catch up and do that. I do have a couple other Star Wars books. I just didn't show them in this video. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave me some comments, like and subscribe if you have not done so already. I appreciate everyone in the community and all the support that I've gotten over the past month and a half or so. Thank you, and enjoy your September.